Dear students, this is my third video lecture in chapter Overview of Income Tax in India for subject Tax Procedure and Practice Paper 1 for class first year BCom semester 1 Veer Nirmal South Gujarat University. In this video lecture we will see the heads of income under section 14 of the Income Tax Act. We will discuss computation of taxable income and tax liability. Further, we will see the deductions under chapter 6A in brief, and finally we will solve few examples related to computation of tax liability. Heads of income. Under Income Tax Act, section 14 mentions the heads of income, which are income from salaries, income from house property, income from business profession, capital gains income, and income from other sources. All incomes earned from these sources are chargeable to income tax as per the Income Tax Act section 14. One must remember that the income chargeable under a particular head cannot be charged under any other head. For example, salary income cannot be charged under the head house property or a business income. House property income cannot be charged as a business income or a income from other sources like this. The Act has self-contained provisions in respect of each head of income. Say for example, chapter salary, income from salary, there are specific provisions under section 15 to section 17. Same for income from house property, there are specific provisions under section 22 to section 27 like this. If any income is charged under a wrong head of income, the assessee will lose the benefits of deduction available to him under that head. For example, in income from salary, we have a deductions under section 16 for professional tax, entertainment allowance, and standard deduction. But if salary income is wrongly charged under another head, these deductions will not be available to the particular assessee. Okay. Now we will see computation of taxable income in a tabular form, particulars and amount. Income chargeable to tax from salary, then income from house property, income from business profession, income from capital gains, and income from other sources. The aggregate of income of all these heads known as gross total income. From this gross total income we get deductions under chapter 6A, that is various benefits of section 80 to section 80U, and then we get net income or a net taxable income. My dear students, from individual head we need to calculate taxable income, and finally aggregate of all 5 heads income is our gross total income, and then from gross total income we have a deductions under chapter 6A to reach to net income or a taxable income. Now here we need to understand the chapter 6A for various deductions. In computing the taxable income or total income of an assessee, Chapter 6A of the Income Tax Act allows certain deductions. The various deductions available to the different types of assessees are specified in section 80C to 80U. Deductions under this chapter can be claimed only with respect to the income which is included in the gross total income of the assessee. The aggregate deductions under section 80C to 80U, or you can say under chapter 6, shall not exceed the gross total income of the assessee. The various deductions under chapter 6A are available for payment of life insurance premium, payment of housing loan principal amount, school tuition fees, mediclaim premium, contribution to provident fund, contribution to public provident fund, etc. Now we will see computation of tax liability. First of all, net income or taxable income will be classified into two categories. Category 1 is for special tax rates income and category 2 is for normal tax rates income, and then respective tax rate will be applied and basic tax will be calculated. Okay, from basic tax we will give benefit of rebate under section 87A if total income or a taxable income of an assessee is less than rupees 5 lakh. That already we have discussed. Then we will add surcharge if applicable, and already about surcharge we have discussed in our previous lecture. Then we will add health and education cess at 4% of income tax plus surcharge, and finally we will get total tax payable or tax liability of an assessee. Dear students, here are some examples of specified income on which specified tax rates are applied in the Income Tax Act 1961. Section 111A describes short-term capital gains, and these short-term capital gains will be charged to tax state 15% of taxable income. Section 112 long-term capital gains at 20%, and section 115 double B describes winning from lotteries, crossword puzzles or race including horse races, card game and other game of any sort or form, gambling or betting or any other form or nature is taxed at 30%. Rest of the incomes are charged at normal tax rate that already we have discussed for senior citizen, for super senior citizen and other resident individuals in previous video lecture. Now let us see one example for computation of taxable income and tax liability thereon. Here is the question. Mr. Arvind, age 45 years, has following taxable incomes. Calculate his income tax liability. If salary income rupees 6,32,000, income from other sources rupees 25,000 and house property income rupees 28,000. Dear students, from these information, first of all we will calculate taxable income of Mr. Arvind for the previous year 2019-20 and respective assessment year 2020-21. Here is the computation. Computation of taxable income of Mr. Arvind. he is an individual and falls in the category as a person, individual. Previous year for taxable income is 2019-20 and assessment year is 2020-21. Particulars and amount. First we will take salary income rupees 6,32,000. Then income from other sources rupees 25,000 and house property income rupees 28,000. So by adding these three incomes we may get gross total income of Mr. Arvind rupees 6,85,000. From gross total income we will get deductions under chapter 6a. Dear students, in this particular sum we have no such deductions, so it is nil. And finally we get net income or taxable income of Mr. Arvind rupees 6,85,000. And now we will calculate tax liability of Mr. Arvind on his net taxable income rupees 6,85,000. Here is the computation of tax liability on taxable income rupees 6,85,000. Dear students, Mr. Arvind is 45 years old, so he fall under the category of resident individual, and basic exemption limit will be as follows. Our first column is net income range, second taxable income, third tax rate applicable to the respective range, computation of tax liability and amount. For individual not a resident for a resident individual, our basic exemption limit begins from rupees 2,50,000 up to rupees 2,50,000. No tax will be applicable, so taxable amount is 0. Then second stage is 2,50,001 to rupees 5 lakh. So here the gap between these two amount is rupees 2,50,000. So our taxable income is rupees 2,50,000 and our tax rate for that income range is 5%. So computation 2,50,000 multiply 5% is equal to rupees 12,500 is our tax amount. Now third stage is rupees 5 lakh to rupees 10 lakh, but here our taxable income is 6,85,000 which is less than 10 lakh. So we will make third range 5 lakh 1 rupee to rupees 6,85,000, and here the difference is of rupees 1,85,000 and our tax rate applicable would be 20%. The tax rate between 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%. So computation 1,85,000 multiply 20% equal to 37,000. Okay, so finally our total tax amount to rupees 49,500. From this total tax we will get deductions of rebate under section 87A. Dear students, here the taxable income is 6,85,000 which is more than rupees 5 lakh. So the benefit of rebate under section 87 will not be available to Mr. Arvind. Then we will add surcharge, but here our taxable income is 6,85,000 which is less than 50 lakhs because surcharge begins from the income above 50 lakh rupees. So here surcharge will not be applicable, so nil. And finally we will add health and education cess 4% of basic tax plus surcharge. So here we have 49,500. So 4% of 49,500 amounts to rupees 1,980. And finally we get our tax liability or tax payable by Mr. Arvind amounts to rupees 51,480. That's all.